So good morning there, Marcos. I hope this morning finds you happy, healthy, and whole. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being in all of my lives, dude. As we were talking about last night, this is really cool of you. I really appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Coming to you live, deep from South Texas, about 5 miles from the Mexican border on this partially cloudy. Ooh, looks like maybe even a thunderstorm off in the distance. Uh, Hot Saturday morning. So I hope this morning finds you all happy, healthy, and whole. The three H's, H to the third power. My ongoing joke regarding the three R's. So please say hello. Let me know who you are and what you're carrying today. I brought a couple things to talk about this morning. Just want to hang out and lift everybody up and wish everyone a good day. Let everyone say good morning to each other, and then we can all go on our day and do nice things for other people. Make it a better day for everybody. H to the third. Unknown, welcome back in this morning. Good morning. Bright and early for a lot of people who were on my live last night, late night. I appreciate it, Marcos. It's just insane that you are everywhere. Clint, thank you for coming in after being up late last night. I appreciate it. I can't tell you all how much. I brought it's Saturday, so I brought my Spydercos. I brought my FRN Spydercos because I wanted to talk about the whole FRN versus Grivery issue that we were kind of talking about last night, with the bug out skills and stuff like that. And so I did just a little bit of research on it, and just for everybody. So if you want to know, and so Grivery is glass reinforced nylon, basically, and FRN is fiberglass reinforced nylon. Big difference, right? You would think. But apparently, for some reason, the AI was trying to tell me that Grivery was stiffer, and I guess it can be, like in the Griptilian scales, right? That hard plastic that they use. But I don't know that it says they use Grivery in the bug out scales too. It's that same plastic, and I don't think it is. You couldn't make it because of work. Don't worry. Everyone's always welcome whenever you can make it. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who's doing views. It looks like someone's seriously spamming my view time. And I just want you all to be careful. Remember, if you're just sending a playlist, it is not going to give me the hours. It's going to take those hours away from you and all your hard work. So if you're taking the effort and making the effort and taking the time, please make the effort count, and change it every half hour, every hour, every 2 hours, and fluctuate when you change it. Watch something else in between, so that the YouTube computer can't go through and say this was just the same playlist running continuously, because that's what they're taking away. I think, as well as any hours that I do. But hey, we broke 100 hours again. We're well over 1,500 hours. In fact, we're over 1,600 hours if they let me keep them. Spyderco to me also feels stronger, and I have a fair amount of FRN from Spyderco here with me today. I've got the Manix 2 lightweight, and its FRN scales are just really, I mean, you can squeeze them a tiny bit, but they are very solid feeling. I've got the Para 3. This is the one I traded with Jared. He was in my live stream last night saying hello and wishing us well. I appreciate him coming in. It was very kind of him, and reaffirming that he's sending those knives. It can squeeze, but not bad. And let's see what else. Now, on the littler ones, surprisingly, like on the man bug here, or is this the ladybug? This is the ladybug, I think. Let me find my man bug. Yeah, no, there's my dragonfly. Oh my gosh. Too many bugs in this car. Too many bugs in this car. Oh, okay, so I did. It looks like I dropped one of my bugs this morning when I was getting ready. I was half asleep. So let me continue saying hello to everybody. But on this, even on this ladybug, I mean, I can barely squeeze those scales at all. It's really rigid. And I think it comes down to just the engineering of the ridges in the scales. Just like scaffolding, it makes it extra strong. I think that makes a big difference as well as the materials. Of course, I've got the 85 and 110 S110V. Nice stuff. I wish it was more fidgetable. I would carry it with me more often. Anyway, so what's everyone carrying this morning? Let's wake up. KR 4 Welcome. Are you Gary? Is that I'm probably not remembering correctly. I'm horrible with names, but I think you're Gary. Okay. Gary, good morning. What you carrying? And what's everyone doing this morning? Are you waking up, having coffee, getting going? I've already been seeing patients, and I've already driven halfway across the valley. I was down near a town called Hidalgo this morning to see a patient, and bright and early, and then came back over here to Donna, which is where I'm at. So it's a another small town, and they're all laid out like little pearls on the river, on a string, and you just go from one to the other. You hear clicking right now is the dragonfly. Dragonfly is a pretty cool knife. Gary has the Karaka too in the military too. So we are doing Spyderco today. Spyderco knives are better than Benchmade, and that is your opinion. Well, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Absolutely. I would never belittle anyone for their opinion, as long as it's not belittling someone, the opinion themselves. But yeah, I kind of agree. I have both, as you know, and I'm probably a bit more of a Spyderco fanboy than I am a Benchmade fanboy. Although I would absolutely acknowledge that in the Benchmade world, I have knives that are worth more or more expensive for sure. Good morning, Dana. How are you doing? I hope this morning finds you happy, healthy, and whole, H to the third. And I hope we are all going to have a better day today than we would have otherwise for not coming in here. So let's smile and do good things for one another, lift one another up, and make your day a better day that way. All right. And that's just the best way to do things as far as I am concerned. I mean, actually, I kind of an inadvertent discovery, right? I mean, I do home health. I evaluate patients. I'm doing good things for people every morning. That's what I wake up and start doing right away, right? And I just started finding that the more I got into it, the more doing good things generated good things in my life. So it's a good way to live. Let's see here. Um, this morning I am a little draggy too because last night was a live last night, but it was a lot of fun. Middle Complex's knife that he sent is just gorgeous. I'm trying hard not to just sit and play with it because it's not mine. It's going to be somebody else's, and so I'm trying not to imprint upon it, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want to. I don't want to be doing that. Although I don't mind leaving a little imprint because I want whoever gets it to remember that they got it through me and my channel, of course. And I can't wait to hear about and see pictures of the fusion on whoever wins that because that's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to giving that thing away. That is just going to be fun. I guess I'm just going to have to print up he's going to mail it directly, so I guess I'll print up a picture of it and we'll have that as the item you see. Maybe I'll even mail you the picture. Maybe I'll mail you the picture along with his email address. Like, here you go. And as well as sending your address to him, of course. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to all of this. My main carry today is the Spyderco Smock, as it usually is on a Saturday. Spyderco Smock is just probably one of the best Spydercos. And I don't have a small collection out there. I'm a big fan of it. It's kind of like the Yojimbo fans. If you're not going to convince them otherwise because they like that particular style. I'm really just fond of this style of blade shape, and then the lines you'll see that matches a lot of the lines I like on knives. If you've ever seen what I like, so Gary wants a Manix 2 and Magna Cut with gray linen micarta. That sounds pretty. That sounds really nice. Indeed, that sounds very nice. It brings up something I was noticing because we had been talking about Gerber knives the other day, right? And a Kruger smock. I'm happy with just the basic one. It took me a while to get it, so and that this was one I actually had to save for to get because I wanted it so bad. So I had to save up. I missed your carry again, Marcos. I did. Marcos is carrying a Spyderco Manix 2 in Blurple scales. Oh, okay. What's the blade still on the Blurple? And the Victorinox Rambler. Oh, there you go, Marcos. Sorry. Thanks for calling me on it. Please, everybody, if I ever do anything that is any way like I'm not catching something that's going on, let me know. I am always. Did I change my chat to full chat? Yeah, okay. I'm always trying to do my best by you all. I mean, that's what this is really. I was just thinking about this morning while I was driving. Um, it's our channel, if you will, because you guys are the ones making the channel by coming in and giving me the view time and hanging out every morning and having a good time. Um, and that's the it's kind of like I'm gonna go totally cliche and age myself. It's kind of like a Breakfast Club type thingy going on, right? Where we're all hanging out, except we're not being forced to. We're all hanging out and we're having a good morning. It's an S35VN. Okay, I'm fond of S35VN. I'm also really fond of S30V. This one's an S30V, and I think I actually like S30V better than S35VN. Just in the text, in the way it feels in my fingers. I think I've talked about some steels feel oily to me. Some steels feel very dry. Maybe it's the brittleness I'm feeling or something. And I've always liked the way S30V feels. I also like the way S45VN feels comparatively. And I have a lot of S35 as well. It's good steel. It's excellently in terms of sharpness. I just something about it strikes me as maybe a little brittle or something. But I've heard it's the opposite. I mean, if you look at the paperwork, apparently S30V was brittle, which is why they did S35VN to make it less brittle. But again, I'm not that familiar with it. Anyway, so as people are coming in, wish you all good morning, Dwayne. Good morning. What you carrying, and what's the weather like out there? It's gonna be hot, I'm sure. If you're not familiar with what's going on in the country right now, it is hot. By the way, it's kind of an El Nino phenomenon, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, before we get into the whole global warming debate, let's not get into fighting here. But it is hot, and I'm remembering the last big El Nino I remember was like this was what 2000 something like 2000, and it was 110 here for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. It was brutal. It was really hot. Um, the getting the S35 made it for a cheaper, less expensive because it's older. Um, absolutely, if that's what you're saying, I think that's what you're saying. And yeah, a lot of my knives, same thing. Mine are older knives. I got them a long time ago, and that's the thing. Spydercos and Benchmades hold up. They will last you a good long time, if not a lifetime, and that's part of why you want to get something like this, right? If you're into collecting knives, if you're gonna put the kind of money that a Spyderco or a Benchmade costs you, you want to keep it forever, right? You don't want to buy it and then have it break on you, like my Microtex UTX 70 did. I need to go send that to them. I really do, because otherwise, otherwise it's gonna bug me to death. So but you don't expect them to break. You expect them to last and be around and to serve you well for a long time. And then, of course, if you're a collector, you just end up getting more and more of them. But the whole idea is that they are a lifetime type knife, right? They're going to last you a long time. They're going to be there for you when you need it. And that's why you put the extra money into a higher end knife, or even a mid range knife over a budget. Although I'll argue that like QSP, Sitivan, I have trouble with that name. They're putting out good products that will last you a good long time. There's nothing inherent in this Spyderco right here that I haven't seen in a QSP in terms of quality of construction materials and things like that. So it's just partially the brand name too, maybe the warranties, that type of thing. Anyway, so I was thinking about Gerber. And we were talking about Gerber the other day, and I was talking about that flat iron and how difficult it was. And so I popped online to see what Gerber's putting out. And lately the fastball, apparently, is it fastball? I think it's called, is popular, or they're at least still selling it on websites and stuff. But I noticed that Gerber has put out something in, I think it was the fastball in MagnaCut, and I'm kind of wondering. Is anyone gonna buy that? Is anyone gonna buy $100 Gerber in MagnaCut, or an $80 Gerber in MagnaCut, or 70 or a 60? I mean, how low are they gonna have to go before people start buying the Gerber and trusting that their heat treat's okay and everything like that? And frankly, I think someone needs to get it and send one to Taylor, Taylor Hardness Taylor, or whatever. Send one to him. I can't afford it, but someone should, just so that we can find out if Gerber is up to their old tricks of just putting out a crappy product, or if they're actually trying to upgrade their game. And if they are, I apologize for pooping on them, because if they're trying to upgrade their game, more on them. But having a Magna Cut Gerber is just, it just strikes me as being one of those things that I'm not sure how proud of that I will be if I ever get one. But I guess it is what it is. Brown Sugar, good morning from the East Coast. It's actually later there, right? It's about 10 o'clock, almost 11 there for you. So you've had time to wake. Well, you were still up till 2 or 3 a.m., weren't you? So you've had a little time to wake up. Thank you all, everyone who was in my live stream last night, for getting back up and coming to this live stream too. Wow, I can't tell you how flattering that is. Didn't bring anything crazy to do or talk about this morning. Really just wanted to hang out. And I did talk a little bit about FRN versus Grivery, because there was the comment on it. And I believe, honestly, I believe deep down Spyderco, a big part. Stephen Parks, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. I hope this morning finds you both, Brown Sugar and Stephen, Sharon. I hope it finds you both. I'm trying to remember names. Hope it finds you both happy, healthy, and whole. H to the third power. Okay, guys. I really hope it does. The Grivery just doesn't. It just seems more plasticky to me. It always has, and I just wish they would get away from that and use something else. I do like when they went with the carbon fiber reinforced nylon. I can't remember what they were calling that, or are calling that, but that stuff's a little bit better. Frankly, quite a lot better. William, hi William. Good morning, William. Hope this morning finds you happy, healthy, and whole. Or did I already say good morning to you? I did already. Oh my God, I'm tired still this morning from waking up last night, from being up last night. By the way, last night was great. It was like 27 hours, guys. They can't take that away, or they better not freaking try. Not anything I can do about it if they do. And then just a channel update. We're at something like 1,060 some subscribers, which is beautiful. We're well into the padded area where I don't have to worry about them saying, "Oh, these 50 people didn't watch your channel in the past year. We're going to remove them," which YouTube likes to do every once in a while. And we're definitely getting the hours in. Yeah, Grivery feels like it has gas station plastic for the price. Yeah, I agree. And the FRN from Spyderco's is quite the opposite. The FRN from Spyderco's, and I have two Mannix 2s. I've got this one in Maximet. Can you see that little dimple of a spot right there? That one little blemish on that. So that was when I first got it. I must have breathed on it or something and missed it and didn't wipe it off completely. Maximet will patina. It will definitely patina. Very sharp steel though, very good stuff. And I love these. I mean, surprising for their price. They are super expensive now. I was looking online at what the basic Manix 2 lightweight is, and I'm like, oh my God, these things have gone up. So I hadn't looked in a long time to see what the prices are, and they have, they've gone up by at least a third, if not, a full doubling in price. It's really frightening compared to when I was able to get these. So I got that one, and then I traded for this one. This is the Spy 27 one, and they're both really good, really, really good knives. I would not be afraid to take this out and work it. I would not be afraid to just pound the heck out of it. I've seen them hit with hammers and had them not break. You would think they would shatter. Now, maybe if you got them in like really cold sub-zero temperatures, and then hit them, maybe they would break. I don't know. Steven is carrying today the QSP Chef, an O-Clip Pro, and a 50 Ways Hank. Okay, 50 Ways is new. Mark, good morning, Mark. I hope this morning finds you happy, healthy, and whole. H to the third power. Everybody who is new, if you haven't heard that, it's me making a joke about reading, writing, and arithmetic, but doing it in a way that is tongue-in-cheek. So, there you go. But it turned on to something that everyone enjoyed, and it got labeled H to the third power. So that's what we're calling it. So anyway, good morning, Mark. What you carrying? Let's see, Dwayne, did you tell me what you're carrying? Dana, did you tell me what you're carrying? How's the weather where you're at? Sharon, how's the weather? Let me know how your all's morning is going, and let's make it a better morning. Let's think good thoughts. I didn't say good words. I'm doing the good words part right now, and then later on we all got to go out and do good deeds, right? If we do all three of those things, our world will be a better place for us and for everybody else. I am a wholehearted believer in that, 100%. So let's go out and make that happen in the world today. And I ask that uh, you all embrace that for yourselves, so that your days are better. And whether or not, you know what, whether or not you even embrace it, I still wish that you have a better day. How about that? I'm going to curse you with a better day. I summon the powers that be to curse you with having a good day today. All right. Let's see. Dana, it's raining and 70 in Boston. You're carrying your bug out and look out. Now, is that a bug out with the Grivery scales? And if it is, are we upsetting you by criticizing it? Because we're not trying to, because the bug out itself is an excellent knife. The knife blade design, the lines, they're beautiful. It's a gorgeous knife. It's just those darn scales just really get to me. And the lookout is actually a pretty nice knife too. I like it too. I don't own one of those. No. Mark has his whole knife burrito today, showing the collection to car friends at the Cars and Coffee this morning. Hey man, if you don't mind, can you tell them about this really great channel that you know, who's having a massive giveaway today? Well, not today, having a massive giveaway on August 31st at 10 a.m. Some really good knives that people might be interested in trying to win. And please have them come and view my channel and watch some of my videos, see my collection, go watch some of the lives, see what I'm about, and ask them to go check it out. Mark, I'm going to put you to work. Anyway, if you would. If you don't, that's okay. I don't expect anything out of everybody. I expect you all just to be as nice as you can to one another, and that's it. CV says Civivi, Mark has in his pocket, though, the Civivi Elite Brova in his pocket. Awesome. Gary went to Bojangles today for breakfast. Mr. Bojangles dance. Anyway, that song is a heartbreaking song. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. The old soft shoe. And it's a really, really, that song always brings tears to my eyes. So anyway, oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. If you will, reaching out and helping that's the best type of marketing, and that money can't buy. Viral marketing from friends and people who are interested in what you're doing is priceless. You know, it's far more than anything else, because you're more likely, if some friend comes up to you and goes, "Hey, man, check this thing out. I've been interested in this, and you might want to check it out. And besides, it might be good for you. You could get something out of it, right?" Remember that whole selfish instinct thing about the different four types of people. Even someone who's being selfish is going to be self-interested, and if they're going to get something free, bring them in. Let's have them. Let's have them join. So in Michigan today, Steven says it is 72 with high humidity. It's like chewing the air. I experienced that in Kentucky for a few years, where the humidity would get so bad you go outside and you were like, it's like breathing through a wet rug, and you put a big wet cloth in front of your face and you're trying to breathe through it. Yeah, it's brutal when the humidity gets up about 80, 90. It just is awful. And I'm not a furry. Okay, let's be clear. I'm not a furry. I am furry. Okay, you got that, Richard? I'm not claiming to be a furry. I want to make sure we don't get any conflict going on. Anyway, I am furry, and it means that my hair just does not. Thanks, Mark. Man, that's cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. It means that my hair just does not let me shed moisture and humidity in high humid environments. My body just retains it, and I just start melting. It's like awful. I can't stand high humid environments. Fortunately, here on the coast, I mean, we're pretty high. We end up in the 50, 60% range. But fortunately, here on the coast, it's usually not that bad. We usually have a good steady breeze coming in, and it's enough to wick away any kind of moisture and stuff. So, Dana, it's the exclusive 20C V bug out with purple scales. All right. Is that the one with the aluminum scales then, maybe? If not, and it's you like it, it's lightweight. The bug out is incredibly lightweight for what it that was the design, and that's why they went with those skills originally, clearly, and statedly. But um, but the hard use aspect of it, because they wanted to have it to be like a backpacking knife, right? Something that you could use backpacking for travel that could meet your needs. And I think they kind of missed it a little bit on the hard use end, because you can't really pound on one of them. Oh, it's the aluminum. There we go. Yeah, but like with the aluminum scales or the carbon fiber scales, the one I have, you can put it through some pretty hard use. I wouldn't pound on the one I have. The carbon fiber can be brittle, but it'll tolerate some hard use without warping or bending or doing anything else weird, right? And so that's pretty good. Maybe Monday I'll do a carbon fiber day and different carbon fibers that I have. That might be a fun project day to come and talk to y'all in the morning. Um, it's one of the things that I haven't addressed is carbon fiber. What is your all's question? What is your all's favorite scale material then? So we've talked about Gryvery. I mentioned carbon fiber. We've talked about micarta. We've talked about aluminum. We've talked about titanium. I don't own any zirconium. You guys hear that? Someone wants to send me some zirconium knives. Go for it. No, I and Jared's trying to send me a birthday present, which is really kind of him, and I appreciate it. But he's like, "Well, ask me for something. What do you want? What do you need?" And I'm like, Anything and I don't have in my collection is going to be really expensive. I'm not comfortable asking for that. Just grab something and throw it in if that's what you want to do. But I am not comfortable asking someone to send me, a really nice gift, even when they're asking me what I want and they're asking me to do so. I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm flattered that someone wants to give me something, and that's enough for it right there. Just whatever, Jared. If you see this later, whatever you want to send is more than kind. I don't care if it's a $10 knife. I will still treasure it because it came from you, and it was a birthday present, and it'll stay there forever. That's the way I am. So that's the way I collect too. So titanium is Steven. Jumping back. I missed some people. All right, here we go. Gary says he likes linen micarta the best. Okay. I like fine linen micarta. Fine linen micarta is pretty good stuff. Especially if it's been, I actually kind of like it a little bit polished as opposed to not. So I like that a lot. Your wife lost her mini freak with the carbon fiber skills and S90V. I am sorry, Dana. I am sorry, Dana. That's awful. Hopefully you'll find it. Hopefully it got eaten by a couch. That's what has happened to me and my knives many, many, many times, and I'm sure there's a few of them still floating around in couches around my house. Yeah, let's hope and pray, Dana, that you find it again and that it comes back to you. I have a lost knife story that's kind of a crazy one. If I remember after we do the handle skills, remind me and I will tell you my lost knife story because it involves that UTX 70. Titanium's favorite, and then William. Okay, so I didn't miss too much. William is still looking for custom skills for a black PM2. Should you do titanium? Is this a knife that you are planning on keeping forever and that you want to upgrade to make it the knife you want it to be through having titanium skills? Because if that's the case, then absolutely yes. If you're trying to upgrade the knife and you think, well, maybe I'm going to sell it later and I'll recoup my money and stuff like that, and if I buy good skills, in all likelihood you won't. So I would say if that's the goal, then absolutely not. Keep it the way it is. A PM2 Tanto is a collector's piece as is. People are after that PM. You're keeping okay. If you're keeping it, then upgrade the heck out of it. Make it the knife you want to be and the knife that you'll love. And if you think titanium is the way to go, cool. If you're really into it, I would get an extra set of hardware just in case. And then I would just get multiple scales. I would get G10, I would get carbon fiber, I would get titanium. And if that's the knife you're going to do and you're already changing the scales, I would swap out different scales and enjoy the knife being what you want it to be that way, as opposed to limiting yourself with one particular skills. I'm not a knife modder in the extreme or anything like that. I don't tend to change out hardware or frankly overly clean or disassemble my knives. I'm terrified I'll get one apart and never get it back together. I've watched Nick too many times struggle, and I realized he was doing it on camera, but I've watched him too many times struggle, and I'm like, I don't want to be doing that for 2 hours trying to figure out how to get that sucker back together. I'll get frustrated, I'll quit, and then I'll never get it back together. And frankly, just like my idea of budgeting, my idea of having a sharp knife is to have so many knives that I just change it out for the next one. My idea of a budget is there's more money coming in than money going out. I don't know how. Lightning Anno is on titanium. Okay, you can have lightning Anno, you can have waved Anno, you can have or patchy Anno, you can have all one color, you can have polished, you can have matte. These are all the different ones I've encountered anyway. I don't know how to do any. I take that back. I do actually have an idea how to do one. You can actually take multiple 9-volt batteries and connect them together and two wires and drop a baking soda solution uh, in water, and you can anode your own stuff just with 9-volt batteries. It can be done. I've seen it done. But I'm not willing to take a chance on ruining a knife that I love just to try that with. So I don't mess with that. But I do know there's people, knife modders. Was that their name? Knife Modders? Oh God, what's their name? They used to post on Instagram all the time. They've done some really gorgeous anodization stuff and stuff for like Sierra, Scott. They've done all kinds of stuff. But it's not. I don't know if they're still doing it or not. I wish and I hope that they are, because they did incredible work, and I hope it's worked out for them. But I haven't seen anything from them lately in a couple of years actually. Um, the shipwreck is on copper, and it's forced through like ammonia and vinegar, that type of thing. So you're getting the copper is oxidizing in brilliant things. You're actually kind of creating, if I'm not mistaken, you're kind of creating some like azurite and like malachite, crystals on the surface of the copper. That's I collect stones. So you're creating. That's what creates the blues and the greens. Those are the malachite and the crystals on the copper. Malachite and azurite crystals on the copper is like then being polished into the metal. It's pretty cool. Yes, you would need plain. I think you can go textured, but so here's the thing. The way I understand, and I did watch them do it. They had put out a video. Knife Modders, I think it was, had put out a video on the Anno. We got people lining up for the gas pumps here. Well, too bad. Sorry, I've got another 22 minutes to go, bros. You have to sand down the titanium because you want all the surface to be smooth, and you don't want any coating or any impurities on it. You don't want any oils on it, anything like that. And then the rest of the process, I'm not super. That's a secret to the people who are doing it. So I don't know exactly how they're doing the lightning type stuff. It's pretty cool looking though. It really is. And so other scale materials. So I don't have any big carbon fiber fans in here. H to the 3, H to the third power. Want to know why? Yes, thank you for coming in and joining us. Want to know why? I owe you an apology. I didn't realize you were picking on people with your memes, and I was liking them, and I'm sorry, and that I need to unlike them because I don't like picking on people. So be nice, okay? Go out and be nice to people. And I don't want to know what's up. We can go later in private if you want to tell me what's happening and stuff. I'm always willing to listen. You got your AutoFact out of layaway. Nice. I'm glad that you were able to. And yes, it has carbon fiber on the scales. The fact is a really cool thing. We've been bashing on Benchmade though today because we all love Spyderco because it's Saturday. And we were talking about the FRN versus the Grivery issue and debate. And I don't know, what do you think? Do you like Grivery or FRN, or do you have a preference on them, or do you hate them, or how do you feel about them and other scale materials? And I assume that's what you're carrying today there. Want to know why? I assume you are carrying the auto fact with you. I hope that's the case. And I hope today finds you doing better and it makes your day better to come in here. We want to lift up everybody. And so that's why I commented the way I did when you popped in. Okay. Um, I want to lift everybody up. I want to make everyone's day better. And so I want to encourage the same as much as we can possibly do. I don't want to be contributing to any kind of issues or conflicts or anything like that. So, and you know that you've already known that. That's why you're coming in here. So thanks. Gary has to go. Gary, sorry you have to leave. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. I hope today uh, is better. Go do something nice. Go hold a door. Go do something nice for someone. Be kind and make someone else's day a little bit better, and it'll make yours better too. It'll lift you up and make the world a better place for you and them. And then maybe they'll do it for somebody else. William says, bullying made us 70 kids tough these days. It's sensitive. Yeah, but I still don't want to contribute to it. Good natured, and I thought it was good natured ribbing, dude, and that's the way I've taken it. But other people aren't taking it that way. Want to know why? And so that's part of the issue. But yeah, bullying is part of is a part of life. It's a non-violent usually. Uh, Good morning, Blessed. How are you doing today? Waking up bright and early. Thanks for joining me after being there last night. I really appreciate it. You all coming in and being there at night and then coming in and joining me again in the morning. It's really awesome. We banked some serious hours yesterday. Let's hope we can keep it up and that they don't take them all away. But bullying, yeah, made us stronger. And I think it's a way of people learning how to fit in the pecking order, if you will. I think that's why a lot of people are having trouble with authority nowadays, too. Because bullying made you realize that you had to fit in with the pecking order or it didn't go good for you. But that's not the way they look at it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. You have two pockets of Jesus loves you figurines. Well, that's awesome. Enjoy passing them out. I do try to keep religion down here to a minimum in here because, again, we don't want to be picking on people or driving people away. We want to encourage everybody. And if we're going to lead, we want to lead by example. All right, not by beating people over the head with things. And so that's the way I'm approaching things. The videos are hilarious. I don't know why. That's why I was liking them. They were funny. But yeah, we want to be nice about it. Why don't you make some really nice ones? That would be really cool. Why don't you make some where you know how I like flowers. Why don't you make some where they're giving people flowers? That would be funny. We've got people going nuts here trying to get in and find parking for gas pumps. Well, I guess they've all jockeyed their way into it now. All right, too bad. I was gonna move, but now that looks like they've worked it out among themselves, so I don't have to worry about it. Which is fine. I'm being a jerk, and I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna move you all, just because people are being irritable. Yeah, they can actually wait just a few minutes for the next person. So, and here I am saying do something nice for someone, right? I am not living up to my own creed. Hang on while I move my car, guys. It's gonna take me just a second, and I'm not being nice while I'm saying to do that. So let me go and live my own creed and be nice and move out of these people's way. Okay? It won't affect the live stream much, I don't think. And we will just zip here around the corner, and hopefully we can continue the live stream without interrupting it. And there you go. I'm living up to my own creed. Thank you for the wake up call. There we go. And we will rewind this back in here using our handy dandy backup camera. You know what? One of the best inventions of the past, I want to say 15 years is backup cameras in everybody's cars. There we go. It can be, but again, I don't want to have any proselytizing, William. I want to keep it to the minimum in here. I don't mean any offense. They might also like it if you gave them a quartz crystal. You know what? They might like it if you gave them a dollar bill. It depends on the person, but everyone does need to find their own way to the divine. And that I'm Quaker, and everyone needs to find their own way to the divine. So let's do that. There you go. They might like a challenge coin. Exactly. It depends on the person. I think you need to have the message fit the person, if you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with all of this. I always want to match the message with the person so that people will listen, because that's how the world becomes a better place, right? At least that's the way I look at it. So again, if you haven't dropped a pocket check, let me know what you're carrying, besides the little tiny Jesuses in the pocket, and what the weather's like where you're at. Um, I want to re-stress for anyone who doesn't know. You have glow aliens. There you go. I like that. No, that's actually okay. That's a real positive response. I mean, you're like, here, well, how about this? That in a way is also a very positive response. I like that you don't get upset if they say no. That part is good. That part is 100% good. I would love to be able to give yeah, I'd love to be able to give out challenge coins and stuff like that too. I think you just have to make them or order them or get them some way. I do have the poker chips coming from Blue. They're going to have my logo, and then they're going to on the back have like a little spray of knives, and it's going to say "Be Nice." So be nice to one another. There you go. I've got only got like 3 of them coming. So 2 of them are going to go to lucky winners on. Here we go with the segue. On August 31st at 10 a.m. when I'm doing my big massive giveaway. There will be all kinds of prizes there for everybody. We're going to have swag packs. We're going to have knives. We've got nice knives. We've got even a budget knife in the form of a Mora from Martial Law, who has not come back into this live. What is wrong with you, Marshall? I'm calling you out, dude. I assume he's busy. And we have the knife from Middle Complex. We have the knife from Brian Winters, the Fusion, which he will be sending to 1 lucky winner. I just want to run through all of that stuff. So anyone watching later, or if you're new here, you now know about what's going on. But yes, it's the smile, William. Thank you. It's the smile that you're after, right? And uplifting people. And that's a good approach. I like that approach. I really do. Thank you for telling us the whole story and not letting just the initial thing be an issue. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've never, in terms of veterans coins, I'm not a veteran, but I wouldn't mind giving out challenge coins for other things. I mean, just a coin doesn't have to, I would love to give out, I have like a stack of like 3 or 4, maybe 5 ProTech challenge coins. I would love to be just giving out ProTech challenge coins. That would be fun. I could do that all day long, and it would be kind of cool. And at some point here, I need to email ProTech and ask them to do stuff with me, work out something with me, figure out a way. I do know some people that know reps and stuff, so I might have it. It's often who you know rather than what you do, but sometimes what you do matters too. In fact, I know what you do matters. Hard work really does matter, and if you're always every day just grinding forward one step at a time, you're eating that elephant one bite at a time. It makes a difference, and it does definitely eventually compound itself into something. Just like with this channel. I mean, 15 years ago, I started this channel, and it was just to post things on YouTube for fun. And then I started posting my knives on it, and it started growing. And then it started growing a little bit more. And then this year, I was like, you know what? I have had this and been playing with it and being a part of the community forever, and I have not given back. So here we go. You live next to a little bitty place called Pendleton, so you get to know a lot of vets. Absolutely, you do. And by the way, hey, Fed Ed, hey, how you doing, Ed? I hope you are doing well. I hope the day finds you happy, healthy, and whole. I've started a thing where we're saying H to the 3rd power here, and it's me making fun of reading, writing, and arithmetic. But Ed, I hope today finds you doing well, and coming in here, I hope it brings a smile to your face, and I hope you have a slightly better day than you would have had otherwise. So, and I'm telling everyone to go out and do just one thing nice for people today, and it will make your day better. It'll make their day better. It'll make the world better. And Ed, I also like to promote good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. So that's kind of my motto in here. I know that you've probably heard it, but just in case you hadn't heard it yet. So thank you for joining us this morning. I've also, Ed, I'm having a big giveaway. If you haven't heard about my big giveaway, on August 31st at 10 a.m. in my live stream, we're giving away a bunch of stuff. Not only am I giving away a ProTech Sprint, Middle Complex and a knife. Jared Neves is sending 5 knives for me to give away, and some Vosteds, and Brian Winters is giving me a fusion. He's actually sending it to the winner, a fusion from his recent drop, and so the only place you can get those. So yeah, pretty darn cool. It's gonna be fun. William is around. You work in an Air Force installation, so you're around veterans every day. Being able to pass them something. Maybe we should make a challenge coin for the knife community. At some point, I think I'll get on that as a project. We'll make a challenge coin for the knife community that you all can have and give out and say, hey, the knife community supports veterans. Here you go. Just want to let you know. I've noticed you did something nice, maybe with the DSKFS logo on it. I know she did something nice today for another vet or for another person. Here you go. I want to give you this. And I mean, that's how challenge coins are supposed to be given out, right? For duty, honor, and the various service and service above and beyond, right? If I'm not mistaken, please correct me on how challenge coins are used if I'm mistaken. I do not wish to step on anybody. A Rule 9 veteran coin would be cool. Yeah, something like that. That would be that we could all get together as a community and then give back to everybody. I'm sure JB would love to have one. Something like that we could give back to everybody. It would be kind of nice. So I will put that on the back burner. A lot of times when these ideas come in like that, I try to remember them, and then it may be years, but things start happening eventually, just like with this. So I'm kind of hoping that would be the way we go. I'm flipping today, if you hadn't seen it, I'm flipping the Spyderco Smock, and we were talking about earlier, Ed, we were talking about FRN. I would love to get your feedback and your opinion on FRN versus Grivery. I'm on the FRN camp. I like FRN far better than I like Grivery. In fact, I don't own, the only Grivery I own is on a mini Griptilian, and it's the hard plastic one, not the squishy plastic type. So if you drop on in a bar, that's a situation. If you drop on in a bar, if you drop one in a bar, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean. A coin? If you drop a coin in a bar, that's a situation. You like the FRN as well? Okay. I see. If you drop in a bar, everyone in a coin gets a beer. I get it. So if you have a challenge coin, you present it and you get the beer. Okay, that's cool. That's promoting alcoholism among our troops. I really love the subversive aspect of that. No, I'm teasing. No worries. Um, oh, Rebel Rouser 777. You know what? I am actually gonna write that down because I won't remember that one, and I will want to look that up. Rebel Browser 777. I like his name. Brings up something. You guys pay attention to angel numbers and all that stuff, triple digit numbers and stuff when you see them? Because if you do, boy, I got something for you. I see multiple of triple digit numbers like literally every single freaking day. Started taking pictures of them a couple of years ago, and I have probably got 1,000, 2,000 pictures of triple digit license plate numbers. I thought about starting an Instagram. You know how I do flowers on Instagram. And if you haven't heard the story, ask me. But the whole Instagram thing used to be knives, and Instagram pissed me off, and so I just post flowers now. And I just keep posting flowers, a new flower every day. So if you want a flower, go check out my Instagram feed. You'll get a new flower every morning. Usually sometime between 7 and 8, I'll drop a flower, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope it makes your day brighter and better. But I thought about starting one with like angel numbers, going like angel numbers daily, and just doing an Instagram post of a set, and I'm just start in order. That way I'm not trying to influence anything or anybody, and just start in order, and my pictures going back as I delete them. I got to get rid of them and just post them on Instagram. Angel numbers daily, kind of blur out the license plate and do it. What do you guys think? Think that would be kind of fun? Oh no, they didn't make me upset. It was just I got feedback that you were that it was perceived as you picking on people, and that was all. It's all good. I'm good. I want you here. I'm happy that you're here, and I want your support. and I liked your videos. They're funny as hell, but it got perceived as you picking on people, and people are oversensitive sometimes. Like I said, the bullying thing, and so yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I just had to let you know if you see I'm not liking your videos anymore. That's why. It's like if it's being bullying, I don't want to do it. It's not cool. If it's not being bullying, and yeah, if it's not being bullying and you're just having fun, like I said, change it up. Here's the way to change it up. You do exactly what I did, okay, to Instagram. You do the exact same videos, except you have at the end them presenting a flower to the person. Big, they're gonna destroy them and everything, and then instead they just present them with a flower. Go ahead and do that and see what happens. Let's see if they get the joke, and if people get the change and they understand, because you're still expressing yourself, you're still having fun with the videos, but you're also shoving plant genitalia in their face. Fed, sorry, I get talking. Let me jump up really and go up to William, and then I'll get to you. William, not winning one is what sent me looking for them. Giveaway, found them on Amazon. Not winning one of not winning one what? Not winning a challenge coin? Is that what you mean? If that's the case, I'm not sure I understand. But yeah, I can understand people. I makes sense. All right, so I purchased a lot of veterans coins through Timo. They're not expensive, and I give them all away. All right, and Ed, are you a veteran? If you are, thank you very much for your service. And all your veterans in here, if you are, thank you very much for your service. I don't use Timo. I am kind of maybe just a little on the paranoid side about the whole Chinese tracking stuff and all that stuff. I'm sure they already have any information they want from my YouTube and my Instagram and all that. I realize that, but it doesn't still change the fact that I get a gut feeling I don't want to work with Timu. I don't know why. Not sure. And I'm glad, William. I appreciate that, but again, I do not allow the proselytizing in here, and I do not want to. I don't want to get mad at you, but I need you to back off a little on it. Okay, would appreciate that. I really would. And I value you, and I want you here, and I love Jesus too. But I don't want that proselytization in the channel. There's a place for it for other channels. So yeah, I hope I'm not being mean, because I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to be as honest and sincere as I can be here on this. All right. Anyway, moving on. You're not a veteran, but you try and support. Yeah, I do too, because it's people who have served and protected this country and helped us and given up their. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. I really most sincerely do. Veterans, that have given me the life that I have. I have the freedom to travel where I want to travel, the freedom to work the way I want to work, due to the sacrifices of other people. And thank you, sir. And the sacrifices of other people. I mean, that's kind of like the whole ultimate do something kind for someone, right? Giving your life for another human being is the ultimate in sacrifice. And that's what our military people sign up to do from the very beginning. They are acknowledging from the very beginning, I am willing to sacrifice my life for my fellow soldier. I'm willing to sacrifice my life for this country and the people in this country. And that means you and me. Are you willing to? I didn't sign up. I almost did. I almost went in the Air Force. Story time. I love to have story time. So when I was 16, 17, 18, actually when I was about 13, I got to go for the Air Force Academy and see it, and it was a big experience for me. I really enjoyed it. And I almost went into the Air Force coming out of high school. And we had one side of my family actually knew the governor of Indiana, and so we had the governor's signature ready to go, because you have to have a governor or a senator's signature to get into an academy in the military. That's one of the ways in, right? And we had that ready to go, and I didn't want to do it because they weren't going to let me pilot. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. That's really what I wanted to do. I'm kind of short and kind of small. Would have been perfect for me. I love the speed. I'm terrified of heights, but if I'm inside something, I love it. I don't mind at all. It's the weirdest thing. I would have probably flunked out trying to jump out of an airplane in a parachute. That would have probably flunked me out. But they wouldn't let me fly. Nowadays, apparently, they will let you fly with LASIK. They'll let you pilot. I probably should have done it because they would have probably they told me they would let me co-pilot. They would have put me in the backseat as navigator and gunner. And that's where all the fun is anyway, with all the computers. I should have probably done that. Um, but oh well, I did what I did, and now I'm helping heal people for a living. So yeah, that's a good career too. Instead of killing people, right? So I'm not a veteran myself, but like I said, I'm surrounded by them and families most of their life. So you were artificially inseminated, or your dad was a veteran and then he disappeared from your life. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but typically when they say sperm, someone says sperm donor, that's what they mean. They mean someone who kind of was there and then was not there anymore, one way or another. And I'm sorry that's the case. I really am. I think a father and a mother is very important for people. I think having a stable childhood and stable household is really important. I grew up going from apartments and from a divorce, so I speak from my own knowledge as well. Definitely affect. Left 2 days for your born. I'm sorry, bro. It made the life. It made you. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm not actually that sorry. It made you the person you are, and you would not be the person you are if those things, bad things, bad things hadn't happened, right? They had to happen to be the forging fire to make you into the person that you are. And so because of that and the fact that you're a good person, I'm not that sad that you had to go through that. I am saddened that it might have been bad for you and hard for you. And that makes me sad. And that's what I mean when I say I'm sorry. But I'm actually happy that you're the person that you are today. You're pretty cool, you know? And so in that regard, yeah, it could be worse, right? He could have been there and he could have beat you or something horrible and turned you into an evil person, something like that. Or he could have taught you all these bad habits. God knows. I sure don't. But I do like to think that if someone has come through the fire and come out the other side a better person, then the fire might have been necessary, you know? And it's kind of the way it goes. Speaking of, all the stuff I've dealt with, my brother having died from heroin overdose and stuff like that. So there's fire that makes you sad and makes you upset and but it makes you also a better person. It makes you better so that maybe you don't make the same mistakes and stuff too. There's like stuff like that, right? So you never know. Everything seems to happen for a reason in that regard, and that's about as close as I'll get to it. About stuff there, William. Okay. All right, everyone. So this is a time where I need to remind everyone every morning, Monday through Saturday at about 9:45 a.m. I'm going live. Please come on in here and give me your view hours. If you can, go watch videos for me. I'm trying to get to at least 3,000 hours. I need to get to 4,000 by February because they're going to jack it up to 8,000 if you don't. So if you hadn't heard that news, yeah, YouTube is jacking up your view hours that you have to get to be monetized to 8,000. So it's going way up and it's going crazy. I don't know. That's hard to get. 8,000 hours is going to be really hard to get for anybody. So anyway, if you can, go watch some of those videos. If you put it on a playlist, don't just spam it. You have to change it up every hour or two because YouTube will take the views away. Watch a video in between, something like that. Let's see what else. I hope today finds you all doing better for this live stream than it was when you came in. And I hope that you leave and you go out and you do something very nice for somebody today. Watch the results of it. If you do something kind for someone, it makes the world a better place for you. It makes the world a better place for them. And then sometimes they go out and make the world a better place too. So it can spread like a mind virus. And I'm all about that. Let's spread a good mind virus for people, okay? That being said, this is the spot where you get to look up my nostrils. Oh, I missed something. Ed is carrying a Keto. I don't even know if I'm saying that. A dirty bird today. Very nice. Just leave it open and let it run idle. I would if I could do it on my phone. Maybe I will do that late night on one of these late nights. Maybe I could do that. That's not a bad idea if they'll do it. I know that Grateful Panda used to do these crazy like 4 hour, 6 hour late night live streams where you'd just be on all night long. Um, kind of like Ball does at the end of his. Okay, maybe I should do G-Ball. Maybe I should do that. That's a great way to get extra time in. You're absolutely right. Unfortunately, I need the phone for the GPS. I have to go see people and do treatments and evaluations, actually. So I don't do treatments anymore. I'm too old. But I have to go do evaluations and everything. And so I need the GPS to do so. I've got to get going off here. But I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. And if when I get back from looking up my notes, wasted effort, I really do, because it creates discouragement, and I want everyone to be encouraged. Okay, so you all have an absolutely wonderful day. I will see you on Monday. And we will talk carbon fiber if I remember. Otherwise, we'll talk about whatever I think to bring. You all have an absolutely wonderful day. It's been Patrick. Bye.